Oh, what's up, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another episode of Rare Builds in NBA2K25. In today's video, I'm actually going to be bringing you guys slashing point forward build. So with that being said, let's jump into the build. Now, I'm going to disclaim you guys and tell you straight up that this build, if you're looking for a build with shooting, this build is not it. This is going to be a build for some of you who have just given up on shooting. If you're giving up on shooting, you're tired of Mike Wing messing with your jumper. You're tired of them, changing your jump shot cue and release cue and all that other stuff. This is going to be for you guys who just like you're just fed up. You're tired of you just want to slap on some layup, some drive and dunk or whatever, close shot, and just call it a day. This is going to be the build for you. Height, weight, and wingspan, obviously totally up to you guys. I left it default just because I like the attributes that I got with default. But if you want a little bit more, finishing, you can go higher on the height or whatever, or the wingspan. It's totally up to you guys. But I would leave it like this just because the stats that you get are pretty decent, and you can get 99 on everything anyway by default anyway. So you don't really need to change anything. Excuse me. But this is what I went with for the attributes. I went 81 on the close shot just because I had to. When you put certain attributes up, it brings everything up. So like if I drop this down, but then I put my layup up to a 91, you see it's going to throw me up to an 81 anyway. Same thing with the drive and dunk. If I bring this down, but bring this up, is going to bring some of those other attributes up anyway. See how I was bringing up standing dunk and ball handle and all of that stuff. So there's really nothing you can do about that. But we're going with an 81 close shot. We're going with a 91 layup. We're going with a 93 drive and dunk. We're going with a 45 standing dunk. And then we're going with a 50 post control for our finishing. Now, this right here, obviously, it's a slashing point forward build, so you got to have high finishing. We won't even go into the close shot. We already know what close shot does. The 91 layup is what's going to get us physical finisher, and that's what's going to kick in when we're not putting that 93 drive and dunk to work. You guys know how this game works. The ghost contest in this game is pretty bad. You're constantly getting pulled out of dunks unless you meter dunk. And even if you meter dunk, there's been some situations where I've gotten pulled out of dunks, and I have a 93 driving dunk on my guard build. I got a 89 driving dunk on my small forward. I have decent dunking, you know what I'm saying? I have a build with an 87, I have a build with an 89, and then I had a build with a 93 driving dunk. So I got builds with super high driving dunk, and then like I got my center builds with only a 65 and a 73 driving dunk. So I've experienced all aspects of levels of driving dunk, 60s, 70s, 80s, and even in the 90s, and you still get pulled out of dunks regardless. So that's why I like to have some layup on a build that's going to specialize in finishing and driving, just so that when I get pulled out of that driving dunk, I'll still be able to finish through contact, and that's what that physical finisher is going to get us. Obviously, I told you guys we're not going to have any shooting on this build, so midi is going to be a 45. The 3 is going to be a 50, and that's just because we're going to make sure that we have some free throw on this build. Now, I'm only going with a 70 on this build, but I implore you guys to definitely try to get that free throw higher, because this build is literally just going to be finishing. So you want to be able to knock down your free throw. For a build like this, you want at a minimum a 90 free throw, because you don't want to be leaving any points on the board. So definitely, cut your cost somewhere, whether it's post control. I'm not even sure you can go lower on the post control, because we do got high ball handle in this build. But find somewhere, even if you got to go a little bit lower on your speed. I told you guys how important agility is over speed. Even if you got to lower your speed just a little bit, which I don't think you'll lose any badges or anything like that, or your rebounding, I would do that just so that I can make sure I can get that 90 free throw, because not having that high free throw is just insane on a build that's just straight finishing. But I'm just going to leave it like this for the time being. Moving on to the playmaking, obviously it's a point forward, so we're going to have high playmaking. We do have a 91 on the pass accuracy. We got a 90 on the ball handle, which you can go up to 91 if you have certain SIGs that you want or something like that. But yeah, you can go up on that if you like, but I'm going 90. just for that gold handles for days. And then for the speedball ball, we're going with a 75. Obviously, you can go higher. I think this build caps out at an 81. So if you care about dribble styles, you can bring that up to at least an 80. But me personally, the dribble styles don't matter too much to me. I'm 1 and 2 moves into the basket, and if not, I'm passing. So I don't really do too much ISOing and all of that stuff. So the dribble styles aren't, really that game breaking for me anyway. Perimeter defense, we're going with a 74, so we unlock all of these bronze badges. The steal, we're going with a 73, just so that we get glove and interceptor on silver. +1 on that will get you gold interceptor if you choose to do that. Although that's not what I would be using my max +1 on for a build like this. I would be putting it elsewhere, which I'll tell you about later in the video. And then we have 64 interior defense, just because we needed to put this somewhere. But you can drop it, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get your free throw up. You would have to drop interior defense along with something else, but I just threw that on there just so that we have some type of defense. So we have interior defense, we got a little perimeter, we got some steal, and then for the block, we are rocking a 78, which is pretty nice. High flying denier, paint patroller, obviously, so we can play, help play some defense in that interior defense. So you got bronze badges, some little silver badges here and there for perimeter for the off-ball pass and the interceptor, and then everything else is bronze, which is enough to play defense and stay in front of your man. Remember, you are playing small forward, so you'll be at the 3 or 4 if you're playing solo rec. So it's not like you're going to be guarding the PG or anything like that. Somebody who's going to have the ball in their hair constantly. You have enough defense for you to get a stop when your matchup has the ball. And then for the rebounding, you can go like 60, 65 D board, which is going to be a little more costly than O board. Or you can go 70 O board, 55 D board. Now, my reasoning for going 70 O board, 55 D board is just that, one, you want rebound chaser, but more importantly, with a build with finishing, you are going to be in the paint more often than you're going to be anywhere else. This build doesn't have mid-range or 3, so you won't really be spacing the floor unless you're waiting to do a backdoor cut or something. So with that being said, you are going to want to have O board. If you miss your layup, you miss your dunk or something like that, you'll be able to go down there and crash. And on top of that, just if somebody else misses a shot, if you're anywhere near the paint or mid-range, you'll be down there to crash as well too. You are going to have really good physicals as far as like speed and vertical. So that paired with the O board, you're going to often get some, sneaky offensive rebounds that people aren't going to really be expecting. So that's why I went O board over D board. But if you just care about, just boarding up and you're like, I'm not going to be doing all of that, you could drop this and go like a 60, 65 on a D board. But me personally, I think it's more valuable to go 70, 55 in my opinion, just based off this build. Then for the physicals, we're looking at 80 speed. We're looking at an 80 agility. We're looking at 84 on the strength. And then everything else we're going to put into our vertical. So the 80 speed getting you bronze, high fly and denier, which will be silver based on our vertical that we're going to have. Then we also have the bronze on ball menace, pick dodger, no shifty shooter because we don't have any shooting, then silver slippery all ball. And then that 84 strength is going to get you gold physical finisher, Hall of Fame strong handle, which is going to help with you getting to the rim, obviously. Silver box out beast, silver brick wall, and silver immovable enforcer. And then finally we have our vertical, which we're going to max out, getting us a 90 vertical. So you're seeing that gold posterizer, you're seeing Hall of Fame area wizard, and you're also seeing that silver high flying denier that I was talking about earlier. And then this is the real, frosting on this build, is that we got a 91, 93 driving, layup, and dunk respectively. +5 when your cap breakers will get you Hall of Fame physical finisher, as you see right there. We have a 91 layup. You need a 96 for Hall of Fame. We do have the 83 strength needed for Hall of Fame. So all you need to do is put your 5 cap breakers into this to get Hall of Fame physical finisher. And then +3 cap breakers will get you Hall of Fame posterizer. As you can see, we have the 90 vertical needed for Hall of Fame. We're just 3 points off for the driving dunk. So that will get you Hall of Fame posterizer. So now you're looking at Hall of Fame physical finisher, Hall of Fame posterizer, and then you also have Hall of Fame strong handle. So you're getting to the rim at will whenever you want. And then if you don't dunk on them, whether it's a meter dunk or a square dunk or a stick dunk, right, You have your Hall of Fame physical finisher that is going to then kick in if you don't get a dunk or if they pull you out of a dunk. Then you also have your max plus one on either one of them. So now you're looking at either max plus one for strong handle, getting legend strong handle if that's what you decide to do. You have your max plus one for posterizer if you want to get legend posterizer if that's what you decide to do. Or you have your max plus one on physical finisher if you decide that's what you want to do to get that to legend. But either way, you have your choice between physical finisher, posterizer, or strong handle on legend. You know what I'm saying? And that's just gonna make your build just that much deadlier. Shades of, you see Latrell Sprewell, we see Bradley Beal, and we see RJ Barrett. And then, of course, our build name, which is the slashing point forward. So there you have it. This is my slashing point forward build for NBA 2K25. Please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K25 comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.